A long time ago, I made a declaration that I would do a commentary on Lockstin X Gnoggin. Yet I have yet to actually do so. Now, should I finish what I have started long ago, or should I leave it to bury in the rumble of time? So, have you given up on that project? I fully understand if you do. Oh, fuck no. Do you really think I'm gonna give up on something I started so soon? I have a duty to uphold. It is my job to finish what I started long ago. Jesus Christ, shut... Where's the mood change? Whiplash! What? You know who I am. I probably know who you are. Let's just skip the introductories. So, if you may remember one of my earliest videos, I said the following. Flashback harps, go!
Good, because afterwards I'll debunk your debunk, bitch.
I'm sure you remember that very fondly. Or not, because, you know, I do make a lot of jokes in these commentaries, but that's a topic for another day. For now, it is time to finish what I started long ago. The Lockstin Gnoggin Reset Theory Debunking Commentary. Now we can begin. The end.
Doomed. This theory is done for. Oh, hi there, floating camera. You're just in time. See this guy? Yeah, he's a bit of a moron. And yet somehow he's convinced a good number of people of his bonkers theory that Pokemon Sun and Moon or the Gen 4 remakes will be the final Pokemon games before a reboot. His evidence? Alchemy and Spiritism. As if you can choose linear evidence. Anyway, I'm sick of it. He's already made, what, 14 videos on the topic? I've lost count. And not once has anyone made a single good enough argument against it. Proto Mario tried, brought up a good point, but that was shot down. And I've just been sitting here in locked-in subconscious waiting for anyone to make a legitimately good amalgamation of points to debunk it.
You know, I tried, keyword being try, but you beat me by just a few hours. Asshole.
No one has! All you idiots on Reddit and 4chan are all talk!
Pokemon will never rebuild because it's bad for business. These videos are just connecting dots that weren't there.
Oh, really? Why don't you tell me some examples then? Please. No, really, please. Please, I really want this theory to die.
These are just a few coincidences. A kid's game can't be that deep.
Meanwhile, there are 20-minute videos about the design origins of individual Pokemon. Come on.
You were taking alchemy out of context. You can't just say this symbolizes something and apply it to Pokemon. This theory is pure BS.
Well then, please. Please. Can you tell me why? What is wrong? Why can no one be anything more than vague? You humans are despicable. Too stupid to defend your own thoughts. So I've taken it upon myself to manifest myself from Lockstin's subconscious and finally prove how big of a moron he is. But who am I? Well, I am Maxwell A. Noggin, a secondary personality to Lockstin's own subconscious. And since I come from his brain, I know every little hole in this theory, every lingering thought that makes him doubt himself, and I'm about to expose them to the best of my ability.
You know, at first I thought I'd be mad at him, but you know what? There are a lot of holes in this theory. I'm gonna give you one chance to impress me. And if you do, then I'll drop the entire commentary right here. Okay? If you bring up a good enough point, then I'll stop the entire video. We good? Great, let's roll.
His brain, I know every little hole in this theory, every lingering thought that makes him doubt himself, and I'm about to expose them to the best of my ability. Now, first I should specify this isn't a video where I'll compile a ton of minor points he was a bit off on here and there.
I think you get the drill by now. Remember this guy by him in the ass, blah 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 blah, insert bad joke here, let's just move on.
Ones we are dissecting. For instance, he took a big chunk of time to talk about how Ash would win the Pokemon League in XYZ, and Ash went and picked it up. Serena is gone, Ash is going to Alola, and he looks like he had a horrible accident on the way over. And life goes on.
Okay, to Game Freak's credit, or the people whoever did the show, they did actually hype it up a lot to make it look like Ash was actually going to win the league for once. Granted, still a shame he didn't, but the way they were building it up, it made it seem like he was finally going to win a damn league for once. Honestly.
Though, you gotta admit that the new art style and different plot direction is at least soft rebooting the anime.
Yeah, not really. Also, what the fuck are you doing here, not Lockstin? I thought this was a debunking video, for God's sake.
As you are attacking what I've spent hundreds of hours on, I at least have the right to defend myself.
As you are attacking what I've spent hundreds of hours on, I at least have the right to defend myself.
No. No, you don't. That is the whole point of a debunking video. For the person who's debunking you to bring a bunch of BS points that they're going to use against you that are complete bullshit because of something else you say in the video, and then basically fraud a bunch of information or bring up actual points without your say. In fact, it's kind of the whole point of a commentary. It is also partial criticism, but it's mainly... But if there are points that are wrong, you can bet your sorry ass we're gonna bring them up. If we know about them, that is.
Well, you were totally off on your island colors prediction. It's not yellow, red, blue, green like the Gen 1 games. It's yellow, red, purple, pink. But the colors of the typings they are fits. And later, Toby and Spectre looked into it more and advanced that theory, claiming yellow, red, purple, pink. And, well, it turns out that we were both right and wrong in some ways.
Hey, you remember what I told you to remember? It's that time again. Remember what you said, Noggin.
First, I should specify this isn't a video where I'll compile a ton of minor points you was a bit off on here and there.
And yet, look at you, bringing up a fuck ton of minor points. Ah! We're only 3 minutes in, I'm already yelling. It's gonna be one of those days, isn't it? Also, Noggin, you know what the 3 primary colors of the eye are? Red, blue, and green. Granted, yellow is a mixed color, yes. But every color we see, or that isn't red, blue, and green, is some kind of variation, with the exception of white or black, as white is too blinding for us to see, and black has no color, so it doesn't give us any. So, yeah.
On Mars Shadow, you gave 5 whole predictions and not one of them was right. Turns out it's less Mars Shadow and more Marsh Shadow, or even Evil Shadow of the depths of the sea. Either way, it's a small marky ghost, not a dolphin or an ibis or a wolf or a dragon or whatever.
Hey, Noggin, you do know that they could be doing the same thing with Diancie, where when the next game they'll give Mars Shadow some kind of new form that'll make him even more powerful? They did it with Diancie, they did it with Hoopa, they didn't really do it with Volcanion because it was already pretty powerful. Point is, there could be a later form that is revealed to be in Pokemon Stars, and then you will be confirmed to be wrong.
Be serious! It's right there in front of you! Are you blind or something? Are you going to outline the shape of a dolphin in his clouds? Come on, Lockstin, you ain't MatPat. You can't make stretches that big and still have people believe them.
Okay, first off, why bring up MatPat of all people? He has as little to do with this video as possible. And second off, he makes stretches this big and even we don't buy it. Just look up literally any commentary on MatPat ever. Even some of my own. For God's sake. You're like that one kid who says, "No, you're wrong, la 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 la." It's annoying as fuck.
Or a bat, Mars Shadow could be the same. Its data just wasn't in the demo, either because it was scrubbed, or because they are saving it for a later game, like Hoopa and even Zygarde. I believe that, without a Mars Shadow of a doubt. Well, I've got this.
You mean the thing you confirmed that he got wrong? Yeah, sure, real smart of you.
Isn't that thing I already posted a correction comment about?
Quit doing my fucking job for me. God damn it. Lockstin.
Well, regardless, the fact that you mistook a Star Wars symbol for an alchemic one because you misread a source brings out the main issue with this whole theory. Just because some symbols look the same doesn't mean diddly squat. Oh hey, the Arceus symbol looks like the practical Kabbalah and this toxin, meaning Pokemon is ending.
You know, I would believe you if you used literally any other mistake in the video. Oh, and also, might I add, that the practical Kabbalah was basically served as God. And who is God in the Pokemon universe? Arceus. So yeah. Your point is kinda null and void when they do in fact mean the same thing in both things.
Spiritual geometry? That one is barely a thing at all. And the convenient thing about a lot of these sets of symbolism is that they are all loose. I mean, there are 4 man's numbers, 3, 4, 5, and 6, all symbolic of mankind, just from different cultures. So you cherry-picked the most convenient ones that lined up. Confirmation bias.
Well, you know what they say. It takes one to know one.
Rebirth. You said in numerology 7 is the number of death of a finished product, perfection, the end, and 8 is resurrection, infinity, and rebirth. But again, in other cultures, 8 is the number of death and rebirth. In others, 20 is death and rebirth. In others still, 9 is death and a finished product. And in others, 10 is a finished product and the end. Symbolism from a global perspective is very vast. You can shape almost anything to mean anything. That's the biggest hole in this entire theory.
Okay, you know what? Fuck it, you're just being biased, cause the fact that you bring up all this bullshit just to debunk something that this guy took over hundreds of hours just to make, mind you, over hundreds. Honestly, it makes me wonder your credibility. You're just being biased here. You know, did he lie about the number being a number for death and rebirth? No. No, he didn't. 7 and 8 are the numbers for death and rebirth, just from different cultures. So, he didn't lie. He got the information right. You're just being that whiny brat, just like, no, I'm right, wah, wah, wah. Honestly, I deal with that enough thanks to my brothers, thank you very much. I don't need it from you.
I get it. It's all just a theory or whatever that scapegoat quote is, but I expect at least a little bit more thought from guys like you. Not to mention all this Bible stuff you keep bringing up. Do you know what percentage of Japan, i.e. the developers of Pokemon, is in any way Christian? Barely 1%! Why would Game Freak base so much Pokemon lore on something they barely understand?
Arceus.
So Fullmetal Alchemist could easily have influenced some of the Pokemon's developers. This is my video, I'm supposed to be winning.
Okay then, Noggin. Let's just assume that lockstin was never here to begin with. Let's just assume it was only you. And then you upload the video. I would watch the video, then I'd make a commentary on it, and oh look, I'm debunking your fucking points. So either way, you wouldn't be winning, either way. And the sad part is there are some people who actually believe this. Fuck.
For instance, that whole segment about Team Plasma being based on knights who became pirates, as in the Templar because of the Chiro symbol. Yeah, that's good stuff. You should make that a standalone video at some time. But, here's the problem. That has nothing to do with the rest of the reboot theory, but because...
Yeah, Christian knights having nothing to do with a reboot theory that primarily focuses on Christianity. Yeah, I'm sure that has nothing to do with it in any way, shape, or form. I'm sure he just threw that in there to make us all believe his bullshit. Kinda like what you are doing right now. I guess some things stay, after all.